The screen? Can you all see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
okay, super. Everyone be on mute. So this is a night, right? So this night, observe carefully. Everyone be on mute. Just listen to whatever I'm teaching. Okay. So this is a night. It moves two step in a same direction, two squares in the same direction, and it will take a turn and land on that one square. Okay, I will show you. It will move two steps in same direction. It will take a turn and land here, or it can move two steps in the same direction and it can land here. Okay, so this is on one side. Same way, two steps on same direction. See, this is the same direction. Two squares on same direction and take a turn and it will land here, or two steps like this, it will land here. Okay, then again, two steps on two steps like this and two steps in the same direction, downward direction. Okay, and it will take a turn, land here, or it can land here. Okay, then here it can take two steps in this direction, it can land here or here. Okay, so this is how a knight will land. Okay, so it will land. So you have to say two steps in same direction. First you go two steps in whichever direction you are choosing. It may be either like upwards or downwards or this side or this side. Okay, and then it takes a turn, and in that square you have to put the knight, you have to land the knight. Okay, land as in you have to keep the knight there. Okay, so this is how a knight moves. I will show you one more thing. So say for example a knight is here. Okay, so where can he move? So you have to just remember this rule, two steps in the same direction, which means I can go upward like this two step, or here two steps. Okay, so two steps in same direction, and I can land my knight here. See, knight will not land here, it will not come here. Okay, it will just move over here, it will travel here, but it will only go and sit here. Okay, so if you are taking the knight, you have to take the knight and put it here. Okay, or you have to take the knight, it goes two steps in this direction and it lands here. Okay, it may be a little tricky for you, but listen to me carefully. Okay, so now from here, how does it move? Two steps and take a turn. Okay, it will land here. Two steps, take a turn, it will land here. Two steps in the same direction, this direction, so it might land here. Two steps like this and it will take a turn and land here. Okay, so now from here you have to go two steps straight. Okay, two steps on one direction, two steps on same direction. That is the key. You can't say it will go this like that. Okay, no, two steps on same direction is the first point. After going two steps in the same direction, then it will take a turn and land on that one square. Okay, on the turning square. Okay, so two steps like this, then it will land here. Two steps straight like this and then land here. So from here the knight can land on these squares. Okay, so I can pick any one of them and I can put like this. Okay, now from here what will happen? The same rule, two steps in this direction, it will travel and take a turn, it will land here. Two steps in this direction, take a turn, it will land here. Two steps this way and then take a turn, it will land here, here. Okay, like this. Okay, and then two steps this way in same direction. So it should be 2 steps in the same direction, either upwards or downwards or left side or right side, but it must be 2 continuous steps, and only then it will take a turn. Okay, so from here it will land here, 2 steps in this direction here, 2 steps like this, it lands here and here. So these 8 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 squares, this knight can land. Okay, so can we do some exercise?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll start with Aditya. Okay, so Aditya, can you point one square? Where will this knight land?
Then a knight will land. The knight will land F6.
This is F6. Will it land there? No. No, repeat after me. 2, it will travel.
It will travel.
Okay, we can use specifically. Knight will travel
Knight will travel
2 squares
2 squares
in the same direction.
in same direction.
Do it again. This is the first step. Okay. Knight will travel
Knight will travel
2 squares
2 squares
in the same direction.
in the same direction.
Which means you have to pick one direction. Okay, I'll give you 4 options. So these are the directions you have. Up. Okay, wait. So if the knight is here, then you have 4 directions: up, down, this side, this side. Okay, so which one do you want to pick? 2 squares upwards, or 2 squares downwards, or 2 square to the side, or 2 square to this side? So which one do you want to pick, Aditya?
Upside.
Okay, so you want to take this knight, it will travel 2 steps, which means it will go to this square and this square. This is the way. Okay, it is not going to stand there, but it is the way. Okay, and now, so the first rule is, the first step is, it moves 2 steps
moves
in one direction.
F7.
Tell, it moves. Repeat
Ma'am,
after
it
me.
moves F7.
Okay, you repeat after me. So there should not be any doubt in future classes too, right? So repeat after me. Knight moves
Knight moves
2 steps
2 steps
in one direction.
in one direction.
Then
Then
it will take a turn
it will take a turn
and land on the square. So it takes a turn like this and land on the square. Okay, so you can choose this square, or it can take a turn this way and land here, one step. Okay,
it will go to F7 or D7.
yes, it will go to F7 or B7. Very good. So now you got the thing. So first point is, you have to pick any one of the 4 directions, upward or downward or sideways. You pick any one direction. Okay, then make the knight travel 2 steps continuously, like 2 steps, and then from there it can move to one side. Okay, either this side or that side. So it will turn and land on the first square. Okay, either this or this. Okay, so now from here, where else can the knight move? So first step is, it will move 2 steps in the same direction. So where do you put the knight? Tell, Aditya. Are you there? Aditya, unmute and tell. So you do this, then I will ask the next person. So you pointed upwards. Okay, we now understood. It goes this way and it lands here and here. Okay, how else can it move?
It can go and land C5.
Wait. You go step by step. We don't need to rush if it goes to C5 or not. You don't need to rush. Okay, so how does it go to C5? C5 is here. Okay, then where will it land? It will travel here till C5. Then where will it land?
G5.
Sorry? See, this is two steps in the same direction. And then it has to take a turn. It can take this turn or this turn from here. So where will you put the knight?
C4.
Yeah, you can put it to C4 or you can put it to
C6.
C6. Yeah, very good. Okay, so now Dakshu, can you answer my question? So he said two ways, okay? So he said this way. He said this way and then this way. Now, you take some other way and tell where does the knight go.
The knight turn. The
Okay,
knight
first
to
repeat after me. First rule is the knight travels
the knight travels
two steps
two steps
in the same direction.
the same direction.
Okay, to be more precise, it is two squares. Okay, the knight travels
The knight travels
two squares
two squares
in the same direction.
same direction.
Then
Then
it will take a turn. It will take a turn
take a turn
and then land on that square. Okay,
and land on square.
land on the immediate square. You can tell. So now, where do you take the knight?
The knight the knight go two steps and take a turn.
Okay,
And
so which is the square?
at once
Which
C3
square?
E3 E3.
E3 is this. Okay, then but it doesn't stand there. It will only travel this
And
way
it
and then
land and it land in F3
very good. So it lands in F3 or
D3 D3.
D3. Okay, this square or this square. Very good. Super. Something with my mouse today. Okay, so be on mute. Next, who is there? Ritul.
E5 and go 6.
Okay, so it travels this way and then go here. Very good. And then
G4.
G4. Very good. So now you are clear with, all of you are clear with how does a knight move? Okay. Now we only have to consider the landing square in the case of knight. Okay, we don't consider these ways. Okay, this knight will not control these two squares, but it will control this square. Wherever it lands, it will control only that square. Okay, it was not the case in other pieces, right? So say for example, if we take a bishop, okay, it controls wherever it goes, right? So it controls entire diagonal. Okay, if we take a rook, then it controls wherever it travels. Okay, it controls the entire file and then the entire rank wherever the empty squares are there. But that is not the case with the knight. Okay, so there is a knight on e5, then it will travel this way and land here, but it will control only the landing square. It will travel this way and lands here, but it will control only d7, this way and here, 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 here. So the only to that square which it is landing, okay, only in that square knight is having the control. Okay, from here knight is having control over these 8 squares and not any other squares. Okay, if there is an opponent's piece here, the knight will capture. Okay. If there is a own piece here, the knight will give the support. Okay. The knight is the only piece which can jump. Okay. So if there is a piece here, he can still support this piece. He can still go here. From here, he can still go here. Okay. See, 1, 2 on the same direction, and he can land here. Okay. So knight is the only piece which will jump over other pieces. Knights only control those squares where it lands. Okay, so now since the own piece is there, this knight is supporting. Here it is controlling because it is an empty square. Here he is controlling the square. Okay, so 2 steps here, 2 steps here. Okay, so if there is an opponent's piece on its landing square, okay, only on the landing square, not on its way. Okay, even if there is a opponent's piece on its way, it cannot capture, but it can capture only the piece which is on its landing square. Okay, so can we repeat this point? Okay, we'll start with Sai Charan. Repeat after me. Knight,
Yes, ma'am.
knight
Knight
controls,
control
attacks the piece
and catch the piece
or attacks the opponent's piece
or attach the opponent piece
or support its own piece
or it supports its own feet
only on the landing square.
only on the landing square.
So wherever the knight can really land, and if there is an opponent's piece, it can capture. If there is the own piece there, he can support. If there is an empty square where he lands, he can control it. Okay, so he doesn't have anything with the way. Okay, he doesn't control the way. He only controls wherever he goes and lands. Okay, whichever is its final destination, he will only control there. He will only attack there. He will only support there. Okay, so he has no other business wherever he on the way or wherever he travels, right? So for the knight, the landing square is the most important. Okay, so now you got it. Okay, so now there is a knight here, this knight, and you have to, okay, we will do one move by one move, each one of you will answer, but this knight has to go here. Okay, from h1 it has to go here. So we will start one by one. Pranjal, next time make sure you are not late so that you don't miss anything. Just be on time, okay?
Actually, today I went out.
But whatever the reason, if you are late, you will miss things. Okay, so everyone be on mute. So this is a knight. Okay, now Sai Charan, tell what will be the first move. So you have to go here.
You need to go to G first H3.
Okay, h3, but it won't land there. So what is the confirmed landing square? How do you confirm that is the landing square? It has nothing to do with the way. G3, very good. So you have to put the knight to G3. Okay, now Aditya, from here, where will the knight move?
E4.
Okay, so E4 means, okay, 2 steps this way, and then this is the landing square. So you have to put here. Very good. Now, Ritul, from here, where will the knight move? So this is the destination. It has to reach here. So where will it move?
It's
2 steps on one same direction, and it will land to the side.
E6.
Okay, d6, very good. So you pick the knight. So when you are playing in the real chessboard, right, you pick the knight and put it on d6. You can't drag the knights, okay? You just take it, pick it from e4 and put it to d6. Okay, we have no business on the way, okay? So knight doesn't have any business on its way. It only control, attack or support on the landing square. So you have to pick the knight from where it is and put it on the landing square. So other things we learned just to know where to exactly put the knight. Okay, so pick the knight from e4, put it on d6. Okay, that is how you actually play. Okay, next Ritul. From here, where will it move? So final destination is here. So from here, where should it move? Ritul, are you there? Can you unmute?
It's to D E E8.
Okay, so it's going to E8. Okay, but what is our destination?
It's go to E8
Okay,
and A5. A8.
how will it go from E8? Now, how can it go to A8? Will it go like this? This is not a rook, this is a knight. So E8 is correct. Picking it from D6 and putting in E8 is correct. Okay, so now Pranjal, can you tell the next move? It has to go here.
Where?
It has to go to A8.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it will.
So how does a knight move, Pranjal? I don't know how late you joined the class.
It will go to C7
Very good. C,
and then it will go to
A8. Very good. Okay, so
yeah.
be on mute. See, everyone else listen. So the knight which is here, okay, it travels like this and lands here. Okay, so this is the step. From here, 2 steps in same direction and one to the side. So you reach the destination. So you have to go here, here, and then here. Okay, so this is how a knight moves, and we only bother about the landing square. Okay, if there is a bishop here, this knight, you can pick the knight from a8 and capture the bishop here. That's it. Okay, if there is this square, then the knight controls this square because 1 2 on the same direction and turn to the side. Same direction, 2 squares, and lands to the side. Okay, this is the rule for the knight. Okay, so many of them say L shape and all. L shape means how big the L is, how many squares you have to go this way, that way. Let's be very specific with the squares, okay, so that you don't make a mistake. So 2 steps in same direction and it will turn and land on the turning step. Okay, turning 1 step. Okay, so now we will. Aditya, now tell me, can this knight capture this pawn? Yes or no?
No.
So will it capture it or no?
No.
Why it cannot capture it? How does the knight move? See,
Only 2 steps.
no, that is wrong. It will not have any business in these 2 steps. Okay, it only controls this square. Okay, even if there is a piece here, the knight cannot capture the pawn on e6. It is not possible. Knight can only capture the pawn which is on the landing square. So it may travel 2 steps, but it will only land here, here or here. Okay, so for this knight, if there is a piece in f6 or in d6, it can capture. Okay, even though there is a pawn here on its way, this is just its way. He cannot do anything about it. He cannot capture this pawn which is on e6.
The knight cannot capture.
Yeah, he cannot. He cannot capture on the way. He can only capture on the landing square. Repeat, knights can capture
Knights can capture
only on the landing square.
only on the landing square.
Again, knights can capture
Knights can capture
only on the landing square.
only on the landing square.
Again, knights can capture
Knights can capture
only on the landing square.
only on the landing square.
Okay, so it has no business on its way. Okay, it doesn't do anything on its way. Just tell knights. Repeat,
Knights
Aditya. Does not do anything.
does not do anything
I don't know if that English is right, but still, if you can easily understand, right? On its way.
on its way.
Okay, so it only travels there, but it will not attack, it will not control, it will not support. Okay, on these two squares. Okay, when it reaches here and you have to just take this square, landing square. It moves 2 steps in one direction and it will take 1 step to the side, and we only bother about this landing square. So even in chessboard, right, you pick the knight and you don't drag the knight like this. Okay, in real chessboard, when you are playing tournaments, you won't take the knight and drag this way and put it here. You just simply pick it from e4 and put it to f6, capture the pawn. You got it, Aditya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have nothing to do here. It is just to indicate that it may, for us to know easily to put the knight on the right place, we are using that technique, okay, of remembering. But it doesn't do anything on that way. Okay, so from here, you just have to take the knight, put it here, pick the knight, put it on g4, pick the knight, put it on f2, pick the knight, put it on d1. That's it. And if there is a piece on c3, it can surely capture. Okay, so pick the knight, capture c3, rook. So pick the knight, go here. Pick the knight, take it here. Now from here it can capture this because 2 steps in the same direction and 1 to the side. So take the knight, capture the pawn. So you got the idea?
Yes, ma'am.
So even in between, if there is a piece, the knight doesn't bother. Okay, we cannot do anything about it. Say this is a white pawn, this is a black knight, and say here is the rook. Okay, but knight cannot do anything to this rook. Okay, because that is not the landing square. So you just have to pick the knight and capture the pawn. Okay, so this is how we go with the knight. Okay, be on mute. Next, Sai Charan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Before 5. Okay. So take this knight, capture the queen. So knight only lands on the landing square. Okay.
We need to go to E6.
Okay. So others listen. So this knight goes to e6. Okay. The idea is 2 steps on this side and 1 to the right, it lands. 1 step to the right, it lands. So it goes here. So you have to pick the knight from f4 and put it on e6. And now
Need to go to 8 D C7 and capture the queen.
yes. So how does it go to c7? So it is possible because 2 steps in same direction and it lands to the side. From here it lands to the side. So this is the landing square. Since this is the landing square, it can capture. So all you do is to take the knight and capture this. That's it. Okay, very good. So now Pranjal, I want you to capture this rook using the knight.
So first you will go to E6.
E6. Okay. Two
Then
steps
you
here and one to the side. Okay. And then
you will go to think G5.
you want to go to G5. Okay. So from here, two steps and it lands to the side. Okay. It has nothing to do with these two steps, but it only cares about the landing square. So this is the landing square. Then
E4, I think.
why do you want to go to E4? So when you
Uh,
can do that easily. One and second move you can capture. From here, I mean from here, take one
go
step. Second step you can capture.
to F2.
F2 is here. It's very far. See, two steps and one to the side. It doesn't take three steps. Two squares and one to the side.
F3.
Yes, it should be F3. Now from here, can it capture this?
Yeah.
Yes. So be on mute. Everyone else listen. Okay, it travels here. Okay, it lands here. So you have to pick the knight, put it here. Pick the knight, put it here. Pick the knight, put it here. And then from here, pick the knight and capture it. Okay, good. So there is a knight here. And then there is a rook here. Now, Aditya, can you try this? Next, I will ask Daksha. Aditya, do this.
Go to D7.
Okay. Then,
Go to E7 and capture.
okay, E7, okay. E7 is where it lands. Now, from here, how will you capture this? It doesn't capture on the way, right? It doesn't capture this.
F5. Go
Ah,
to F5.
very good. So you have to go to F5. From here, can you capture this? From here, this is the landing square, right?
Yes, you can capture.
Very good. Super. Now you got the concept right?
Yes.
Super. Okay. Now, Daksha, I want you to answer this. You have to capture the queen here. So how do we do? Knight is here. Capture the queen using the knight.
First, go to F5.
Okay, you want me to go to F5. Very good. So that is the landing square. Then
Then go to G3.
G,
3.
G3, this square.
No, E3.
Okay, you want to go to E3. Then
Then go to D5.
very good. D5. Then now can you capture this?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. See, listen. Everyone else listen, okay? So two steps and one to the side it will land. So this is the landing square. Okay, we only care about the landing square. So knight goes here. From here, this way it travels and it lands here. So we only care about this square. Okay, now from here, like this, and this is the landing square. It goes here and two steps on same side and one to the side. Two steps on same side and one to the side, and this is the landing square, so knight can capture it. Okay, very good. Ritul, knight is here. I want you to take the knight here.
Go to F7.
You can't land the knight on f7. This you have to only tell me the landing square. Okay, so tell me the landing square.
E7.
Okay, e7. Then
Not E7. G. F G.
g7.
Go to H7.
From g7, how will you go to h7? This is not a rook, right?
I don't know.
Okay, this one was okay. We will take it as e7. Okay, so from here he can land in e7, and now you have to tell the first move, and second move the knight will be on h8.
It's good to
Count from here. Count the landing square from here, from e7. You try all the landing squares from e7. So how do you count the landing square? 2 steps on same direction, and from there 1 to the side. 2 steps on same direction, and from there 1 to the side. Okay, so if you take this as a landing square, then from here 2 steps on the same direction and 1 to the side. Does it reach the destination? You got it, or is it difficult?
Yes.
So listen, knight travels 2 steps on the same direction and 1 to the side. It lands. Okay, in the case of knight, we should only consider the landing square. So this is the square we have to consider. Okay, if you are playing, you will pick the knight and put it on the landing square. All this explanation is to just identify the landing square correctly. Okay, so that we don't make any mistakes when we play. So the idea of going this way and this way is to identify the landing square correctly. Okay, knight has business only with the landing square. Okay, so from here it goes here, and from here 2 steps this way and 1 to the side is this square. So from here, imagine the knight is here. This will be the landing square it can go, and from here 2 steps and 1 to the side will be, this will be the landing square. Okay, so first knight will go here, from here it will go here, and then from here it will go here. You got it? Did you get it, Dakshiv?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now from here, tell me, can you capture this in one move? Yes or no? So all you have to do is to count the landing square. Use the
Oh,
formula.
ma'am.
No, very good. So which is the landing square from here?
F7.
And then?
F7 or G6.
Very good. So it doesn't fall on the landing square. This rook is not on the landing square, so it cannot capture. Okay, very good. So everyone clear with the knight movements?
Yes, ma'am.
Did I miss anyone to ask question? Or any doubts? So I will send the night link today, okay, so that you can practice today itself. Okay, how does a night move? You can capture the stars and practice. And on Wednesday I will give you a different small homework. Okay, I will send you some rules so that you can voice record 3 times or 5 times or 10 times, how many ever times you want to do that. Okay, it's up to you. So you can record that and send it back to me. Okay, so that recording is just for you to learn the rules. That's it. Okay. Okay. So any question, Aditya?
No, ma'am.
So did you understand how does a knight move, Aditya?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it easy?
Yes, ma'am.
So we should only take the landing square. Everyone remember this. We should only take the landing square. Okay. So can we finish today's class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I will send you the night practice link. Please practice it today itself so that you don't forget it. And I will also give you some other link to practice on Wednesday and some rules so that you can remember that. Okay. Bye. Bye everyone. What happened? Anything to say?